Welcome to Analytics with Nags. In this video, we're going to see what is disconnected table or a dimension in Power BI, when to use it, and what scenarios you need a disconnected table or a dimension. And this example I'm going to use that is using a project status KPI that we are going to track over months. Let us try to understand the problem statement and what is the solution, how to implement it step by step. Let's jump into a demo. Let's try to understand the problem. Now you have here, let me show the business scenario. We have a project here, that is project A and project B, and there is a planned status. It means like the project A should complete at least 7 percentage or 6.6 percentage on February 19th. On December end it should complete 100 percentage. It is yearly progress. Okay, this is planned, whereas the actual is like this is the completed, this much it is completed, whether you are behind or you are on track of the project. That is what you're going to see. There is another project here, project B. Okay, this is the business scenario. I have a simple dimension over here. I don't have anything else right now. Just for understanding purpose, I have these columns as a date dimension. Now coming back to our report, what is the problem? So when I implement it in graph, like here, like it says like from January, my actual and planned is plotted here, and there is a issue here. I will let me explain that one later. Now you can see that it is plotted here, but what is the problem in it? When we need disconnected dimension, like the issue is like when user wants to choose particular month, say for example May, and he has to see the status how is progress from January till May. But the problem with the fact and dimension relation over here is like date and fact. As soon as you filter one of the date here, it will filter only this month data in your fact table. Meaning like this particular fact, I mean, I built from progress, okay, over here, and here it is from this date dimension. You can see date and date fact. Okay, now let me explain it to you. When I click on May, you see it is immediately filtered for one particular month, because this filters all the from the 12 months, it filters the 1 month data, so it is showing only 1 month. But user wants to see how it has progressed till May, from January till that particular period the user chooses. This cannot be done if you have a relationship like this. So how user wants, you can see here, if user chooses May, you see here the data changed from January, February, March, April, May. How it can be done? It can be done using a disconnected dimension over here. The filter appears over here is from date, filter is from another disconnected dimension, whereas previous implementation, it is from this date. If you use a connected dimension from the fact table, your solution won't work, whereas you need to use date filter. Let us try to see this step by step. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button right now to learn the concepts in Power BI. Let us try to get this data, and we will implement the solution step by step so that you will understand what it is, what problems we will face. Okay, let me quickly do the transformation. I'm not spending much time on this because we are familiar with these steps, so I'm running quickly for this. I use top row as header, and I will fill this one right now. Fill up or not, it should be filled down. Okay, fill down. Then I will unpivot. Okay, basically why we need unpivot, that I have explained in my previous video. We can do unpivot other columns. I will name it as month, year, and this one as progress. Okay, so basically we are converting the data over here, because I need to filter this one in one column. Okay, if I drag and drop in x-axis, I cannot drag and drop all the columns. I need to have this month in one single column. That is why I am unpivoting. Okay, this is the data and I have the progress over here. Let me change the data type to date and this one to uh, percentage. Fine. So this is our data. Uh, I mean, just quick transformation we need to perform. Let us apply these changes over here. Let's try to simulate the problem first, then we will find a solution for it. So this is the progress. Okay, and I will go for line chart, and I will go for plan or actual. I mean, it is connected or not. These two dimensions are not connected. Let me connect. It's fine. So let me drag and drop this axis over here. Okay, this is fine. Okay, now you can see the progress over here, and I can put the legend, the planned or actual over here, so that I will get the planned and actual. Let me copy paste the format from here. I'm not sure, it will not paste. Let me take copy and put it here. Now I can apply the format. Just for formatting I used, I'll delete it. That's fine. Now we can see here, this is for all the project. Okay, that is why you are getting more than 200 percentage. So it should be like, I mean, this is in percentage. Okay, let me show it in percentage, and this should be shown for single project. So I will filter in the visual. Okay, for project one. Now we can compare it from the source, like on March project A is 11.2, on March it is 11.2, that is planned. Okay, the actual is 10.11.06. It is matching 10.06. Okay, right over here, formula bar. Okay, now this is fine. So each project I'm getting the status, and even for project 2 I will filter it over here. Okay, these are two projects I have. Let me move these things over here and let us simulate the problem that we have faced. We will try to filter the date table here. Okay, let me put a list and increase the size so that it will be visible to you guys. Okay, now the thing is, like as I said, if I press May, it is the problem is occurring. How to fix it? So basically the idea is like this filter should be passed to this date dimension, and from that it will move towards whatever period you want to display here. That is the ideology behind this disconnected dimension. The filter you're using should be disconnected from your fact and connected dimensions, and you whatever your filter applying here, that will be passed to your calculations. Okay, the formula is available over here. Let me copy it from the file I have that already worked on. Let me copy it simply, and I'm moving here. So first we will create another dimension here. Okay, so for that I need to go, and one more issue I want to highlight here is, like here you can see, let me show the data. The actual over here is, it is actual as on September 19th. Okay, September 19th. So these 3 months the actual figure is 0. Okay, that is why it is dropped from September to November, the actual is 0. Okay, how to fix it? This should end it over here. The simplest fix is to make the 0 as null. Okay, that is the fix that we will do it now. Along with that we will create a disconnected dimension. Let us move to Power Query editor. So it is as simple as that. I will create a disconnected dimension. For this I will duplicate this one, and I will name it as filter. I don't like to do it in So I want to do it in Power Query Editor always. So I've created a table here, and as I said, I need to fix the 0 to null, right? So whichever has 0, I will make it as null. Replace values. 0 should be null. Okay, now it's fine. So I've done two things. One is disconnected dimension created, that we are not doing anything over here. So this is my disconnected dimension. Now you can see when I replaced with 0 with null, it has ended here. That is a quick fix. Okay. Now back to our point. Now I don't want this one. Instead, I want this table. The date filter should use, instead of from date, I need to do it from disconnected. So you see the disconnected table here, date filter. Okay, so date filter, I will use date filter here. Okay, fine. Now what happened, as you know, disconnected will not have any effect because there is no change in I mean, there is no relationship. Whatever you do a filter, that will not affect here. Okay, for that you need to write a DAX. Let us try to quickly write a DAX. I will explain the DAX. Now you see the project progress. I taking the year from whichever filter chosen, and then the max month, I mean the month which I am chosen. Okay, and in the DAX calculation, I'm just calculating the progress, and I am filtering the date here, like less than or equal to max of filter date, that is chosen date, and year. So in that year, I will filter this year, and I will filter the maximum month. So year usually starts from 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So based on that filter, it is should be less than or equal to that particular a month. Okay, so if I choose on June, then the 2019 will be chosen. Then June is 6, so below 6 it will be displayed here. So that is a simple logic, and based on your time dimension or fiscal year, all those calculation, you need to alter this part. Let us try to write, I have written as project progress. So instead of this, the project progress, I need to use project progress here. That's fine. Now let's try to do it here. Now here in this visual, the project A, over here I have changed it to new visual. For project B, I have used the base visual. Now let us see the difference. Now you see this is disconnected, doesn't change, for whereas this particular filter, when I applied, when I use the new measure over here, in this I used new measure, it is filtering from May till the beginning. Even it works fine for November. When I use November, it will work. So I need to change it for this as well. Instead of this, I will use this measure. Now you can see both visuals, and it is for the project. Let us try to verify the figures. This is project B, and the status is 49 on June. Okay, and let me do a percentage for this as well quickly. So the actual is 49.45, and 48.69 is planned for project B. So for project B, the actual is 48.69, and it is 49.45. I hope this is fine. It is affecting actually whatever we have in Excel, and the intended output is we achieve using a disconnected dimension. If you guys like this video, please do subscribe to the channel and share with your colleagues. Do remember that data is your asset.